Back again.
You shall be as gears.
We shall resume. That, yeah, I think that one was yeah, road to, yes, this one. I should maybe begin to just use only one of these primarily, and nah, this is fine. Just keep cycling forward. It's a
Keep it
system.
going.
It
Yeah.
holds up. No, previously, sports.
Baitball.
We transacted sports. And by sports, committed crimes.
Equal measure of sport and crime has occurred. When you get down to it, isn't crime just its own kind of sport? It's just done for different reasons.
Also, Bart's a king, in case that was, well, prince for now. He has not yet been coronated.
Yeah.
The necessary ceremonies must be observed eventually, maybe, once we depose the usurpers and reinstall him,
That makes sense.
get up to whatever else we do. Prince of Sand.
Noble Sand Prince Bart.
Bart, son of Ed Bart, son of Ed Bart.
Son of Bart, but spelled with two T's and an E at the end.
Son of Bart, but it's hyphenated.
Curiously, it's the only word that's hyphenated that's pronounced the same way.
Just Bart.
It's just Bart.
Demonstrating knowledge of where the hyphen belongs is a sign that you are the true king.
Yeah. For sure.
So we move forward with getting back to being lost in the unreasonably large sand boat.
Yeah. I do not remember the layout of the sandboat at all.
A person of interest is in here somewhere. There you are. Alright. Oh my.
Oh no. Oh no. Does Hellspawn work? Hellbeast?
Character limits.
Oh, tepid. That fits. We didn't get the chance to name Faye, right?
Yeah, this is the only thing we've been able to name.
That's interesting.
Everything else is pre-labeled.
Her name is Tepid. Sorry, Tepid.
Yes, you are.
Who baby?
It is a living creature with an unusually low body temperature, or indication that translators chose not the right word for thing. Because either that is exactly what they meant and it is just slightly, it's vaguely room temperature. It is subjectively feels warm because you're used to feeling a bit colder.
Like, wouldn't any given strange stuffed animal feel lukewarm?
Or whoever was in charge of the script did not know that lukewarm is not fancy warm. Not warm, but more so. Well, there it is.
Tepid.
To the bridge! It is not this way.
I violently hate that thing. Thinking about it, Hellbeast would have fit, so that is its name in my brain. Tepid.
People in the audience are raising the question. Dan. Dan is worse. Unquestionably.
Absolutely.
Banish from your mind all thoughts that Dan is not the worst.
Dan is a terrible goblin who can pull out a Kamehameha wave out of absolutely nowhere and just ruin everything. The worst thing from all angles.
Like, Tepid is a forced mascot character with an obnoxious verbal tick. Tepid was not introduced to us by attempting to sell us its sister.
Yeah.
It may grow to be worse if it just does that kind of thing a lot.
Only if it is demonstrated to be an extension of Dan.
That's fair. Maybe that is just Dan that's spying on us.
Dan would fit in
bullshits.
there if he just kind of curled up.
Yeah. Karan Ramses. Huh.
Just stopping to dwell a moment here because I think this is Xenogears .image format of your choice.
Yep, fair enough. A .tiff for me, thanks.
There it is. There's your summary. Is this secondary machine that this fellow is operating?
It looks vaguely like he's just polishing a glass.
Apprentice Helmsman Bingo. I think he has his hands on the engine telegraph, and is just obnoxiously wiggling the handle next to one end. Which, if that is the telegraph, it would then just be constantly setting off an alarm bell down in the engine room.
God, the engine room hates this kid.
Damn it, Bingo!
Go fuck yourself, Bingo. Holy shit, just stop. Can you stop for a hot second?
Perfect like so. Old nautical technology talk. Before there was the necessary science and machinery to have devices on a bridge directly communicate with devices deeper into boat, at some point in the Age of Steam was devised the idea of, let's just have a simple telegraph wire going from a wheel on the bridge to a wheel in the engine room and synchronize handles and needles on those objects so that when folks on bridge want boat to go faster or slower or stop or reverse or what have you, you just smack the handle and a ding will inform the engineer that, hey, engine up or down or what have you.
So right now they're being told repeatedly, hey, speed up, you're left, turn yaw, blah blah blah, etc, etc, etc. Whatever there's actually telling them over and over and over again.
Just constant dinging. Which I think would probably not be necessary given that there's very clearly a whole lot of other computerized nonsense on this sandboat.
Yeah. Actually, it is still dinging, but it's actually just dinging these people out here in the front who do control that stuff.
Alright, somewhere in Sandboat might be the dock. Be careful. The hangar and the robots within are so large you might forget where you are or that you exist.
You get a serious case of Alice in Wonderland syndrome, just being around these things.
Gaslit by giant robots. Oh, that's not... Alright, there's the loading edge. I suspect Doc is not in the hangar. Look at our tiny jump.
Eh.
I think that actually scales out to being larger than a regular jump.
Yeah, I think so, actually.
It's like the same absolute distance across the field, but we're at
But
tiny
since we're tiny,
size. Fortunately, it's much larger.
we should get very small more often.
I have less than no idea where Doc might be. Just around.
Is that the goal right now, to just go talk with Doc?
Maybe.
Are we just searching for an event flag?
Have to flip this bit. Out there somewhere. Or I can just take the wheel and leave. Alright.
Alright, that's good. These underground sand tubes that connect islands and continents is just very confusing.
To review, both of these men are from space, but pretend to not be from space. They are discussing space. They were once elements at the Yugend.
Excuse me?
Elements at the Yugend.
Elements at the Yugend, huh? That's exactly what they said.
He's kind to everyone. It concerns me.
No one that nice exists. Gotta have ulterior motives.
Alright, back to the holy city of... I will briefly visit the world map, because one of these days we have to teach the doc a combo.
He doesn't need combos.
He doesn't need them. I want to see them.
That's fair.
What are your secret moves, spaceman? These creatures are too small to withstand his moves. Regardless, it sufficed. He has attained one move.
Ukigumo.
Basic light heavy move.
Bag.
Bag indeed.
So I already know you did, but
His basic light heavy is more elaborate than like the 5 and 6 point moves that the other characters have.
Yeah, you kind of do want to learn all of them, though.
Forward.
Have your options when you have 30 points to spend.
That's a powerful number.
So, did you get to meet the best character? By which I mean the absolute worst character?
Ah,
Tepid. Labeled the creature.
Yep. Yup. You stopped right before it, and I just fucking knew.
Not the worst character, Dan, still exists.
Those positions will change eventually.
That's
frightening.
That's very frightening. What
that
the
is a hell of
Don't
a claim.
say that. We need to watch that just lay itself out, I think.
Yeah.
We will also make our own opinions on that.
I'm not gonna spoil, but
how does the tepid, lukewarm, stuffed animal end up worse than Forehead Goblin?
How could such a thing occur?
It's quite
such
incredible.
Is the mystery.
I actually kind of did a read through of like the wiki of this game, so I could actually like get a complete story of what the fuck goes on in this game. And it's that. Yes, it is that.
The mysteries.
God, that's such a good thing to chroma key. I was actually playing with it myself the other night. I was putting it over things, and it looks great.
Powerful image.
So I guess we're taking Margie back to the Nissan now.
Yep.
So now we get to see the church proper, the Grand
really
Tour, because we saved the not Pope.
We get this. Bring Marguerite over to a Nissan dealership. We'll pick up a new car. Hell yeah!
Brand new Sentra.
Woo boy! Home of challenge gearing.
Oh, you're back from that kidnapping thing already? Oh, how nice. How was it? Did you enjoy yourself?
How was sports?
I didn't get to see the tournament. I was in the same room the whole time. All I had was this stuffed animal.
You were at Date Fest.
Also, yeah, now they show you the cathedral, finally. They didn't really show you the art.
Nice place. To further review for folks who may be just joining us or have been here the whole time but have managed to misplace many important ideas. So both Bart and Marge are members of the, yes, spend a moment to appreciate that name set there, that combination, side by side. spend a moment
14.
ruminating over were those chosen deliberately? Was that a joke or a mistake? Anyway, the two of them are both members of the royal family of Ave, and thus have inherited valuable treasures that are key to other valuable treasures. Mysterious, powerful, it's a robot.
Yep.
Locked away somewhere thousands of years ago by it's a robot.
Yeah,
Powerful robot waiting
they
somewhere.
have given you enough context. It is powerful, whatever it is.
And we have just recently engaged in one layer of foiling schemes to steal their throne. Well, it's Bart's throne. Marge is part of the other branch of the family and is currently head of the temple over here. And so, presumably, that often clergy are removed from other lines of succession that they'd be a part of in aristocracies.
Typically, yeah. If you become part of the clergy, that means you are not part of the line of succession
You're
anymore.
now serving divinity instead of family.
Mm-hmm.
Alright, time to get lost in a cathedral. Bold new territory.
Getting lost in giant zones and we'll never go to again.
Fart's like, wow, she's a better leader than I am. I love how the light polygons don't know what to do on that stained glass window.
Yeah, that's the one panel we had to replace a couple of years back.
The light kept blinking out.
It just, for someone, that one slice refracts differently. Something about the crystal structure of the silicon. I don't know glasswork. I'm a priest, not an optician.
It's a slightly different material, so it has a bit more degree of refraction.
Ask me about theology, not about how light's behavior is altered by passing through transparent media.
Ugh.
See, we could have been perfect, but God made us wrong as a joke.
Instead, we suck. Thanks, God.
He made us garbage so that we would appreciate how garbage we are together.
Oh no, Katana's getting too into the art.
Just standing there thinking, wait, hold on, I know this. Two paths. Man on the left, woman on the right.
Bart's
Space
like, oh,
between
I
them.
see the vase in the middle. Nice. The doc knows a lot about a lot of things.
Yeah, these statues are representative of how we depend on each other for survival. Nerds! Maybe we should just be the ultimate organism right away.
Yeah.
Let's just create some sort of super possessing of all traits being. Then it would just be the one thing, and that would cover all the bases.
That's all you
got
need.
all the dominant genes, and there's no reason for anything else.
A lot of stairs in this place.
I mean, it's kind of standard for...
Whole lot of stairs. And really, let's stop a moment here and yeah, I can point the camera back down here. This is like 7 floors of stairs.
This building does look pretty huge on the city map. Isn't like this the giant crystal thing, I think, in the center?
Are we going to point the camera at this portrait, or are you just going to stare at the fourth wall and describe this art?
You are an artist. What is your opinion as an artist?
As a paintsmith, what do you think of this very definitely here and present art that the developers have drawn?
Yeah.
The texture on the wall in front of us right now.
That maybe one day we will get to see when the camera pans.
We will.
But not for another 30 hours.
Yeah, it's one of those third act twists.
We get described that she looks just like Ellie right now. but then later on, it's actually not at all.
There we go. Alright, it's that they needed, like, all of the pixels in order to render this image.
Yeah, this painting is actually it's like
just
a
a
CG.
very abruptly and obscenely higher detail than the wall around it.
Painting that would probably be real hard.
Yeah, when your pixels are the size of hams.
there's 8 billion pixels compressed in there.
That is actually an extremely high-res texture for the PlayStation. Goddamn.
Yeah, that's why I remember this image, because it stands out so much. I think it's actually really cool how they have that, and you can even, well, alright.
Your mysterious past. Where you did commissioned art for the temple?
Yeah, I guess. Back when you were like 13, you were
Your
insanely
dark,
good
mysterious
portrait.
past when you were Michelangelo.
Yeah.
That incident 5 years ago.
The
17
greatest
years
commission
ago.
of my life. After I did that one, I just never topped it ever again. And after 2 years, I went into a spiral and I lost all my memories.
And yeah, they have such a high level of detail so that you can notice that
That
the
there
corner's not
is an
done.
unfinished corner.
That's my favorite part about this.
It's just a very common thing in oil artwork. Like, what would be in that corner, just a bit of additional background color. It's not important.
It's not
They paint
important.
all the
honestly.
detail bits and then leave the edges kind of raw.
Yeah, aesthetically, it's actually better, in my opinion, to leave it a little raw like that. It looks
It's like the
gives
painting
it character.
composition equivalent of having focus on a camera.
yeah.
It actually looks like a painting. It's not just a computer graphics image.
It's in producing the art. Here's the bit that's important: the subject, the face, the torso, and then as you move farther from that, they put less detail into things because that's not the focus of the work. Like, you can look at in between the movements of the camera there, you can see that her hands are also kind of splotchy and vaguely
finished.
formed. Because that's not the focus. Focus is up here, on the anime. No one has hands.
And a Mona Lisa.
Yeah, this is actually an instance of anime that I really like.
The classical
Really
anime.
works with the game.
You know,
And
the
also,
originals
it
by
also
the Renaissance
very much evokes
masters.
classical art.
Da Vinci's original mangas.
You know what? There's one more thing about the painting that you might notice. There's a symbol that we've seen a few times, I think.
Yeah, the icon here on the floor, that in the window, or shaped like here. That's the vague shape of that medallion that keeps getting brandished around in flashbacks.
There are 3 different levels of like internal resolution going on right here.
Yeah.
You've got the painting, which is gigantic. Then you've got the sprites, which are very small. And then you got the background textures, which are somewhere in the middle. It's a little disjointed.
I wonder if that was, like, super hard to do.
I suppose, yeah, this room is tall enough to justify all those stairs. They kept that consistent. Faced upright. Ish.
Jumping down the stairs is very dangerous, and I don't recommend anyone do it. Neither would Faith Hong Long.
Oh, what happened to Faye? Why is he in the hospital? Well, he fell down 7 flights of stairs.
That incident.
He tried
Just
to jump
now.
down all of them.
5 days ago.
I don't remember
5 years
anything.
ago.
Wake up in a different, peaceful cow bear farming village.
What happened? I don't know. You lost your memories, it seems like.
I just know how to paint, how to punch, and how to operate war robots.
Great. You're a well-rounded individual.
You never forget.
I will give him that. This is probably the only RPG protagonist I can think of that is like an artist.
It is a not common trait
No, it's very
on your
uncommon.
list of RP tropes.
Especially painting.
He's a painter, and they have had that not immediately vanish into the background as unimportant.
Yeah, it actually is relevant.
Alright, we've returned the child and seen suspicious artwork. Now what?
I have no clue, actually. I don't know, shopping, maybe?
I can walk the rest of the way around this submap. Alright, there we go. Stepped out a flag.
Free house.
You know, you are the crown prince. I guess we'll let you rent a place at reasonable rates on short notice. Take the young master aside and have the talk about space.
It is time. Here is Hugo, who is from space, and Sigurd, who's also from space.
use foreigners for manual labor, which is why we call you lambs, the most laborious animal.
The most
Strong, dependable
on-land
work
animal.
lambs.
The most non-space animal.
If you put lambs, if they are removed from the ground, they immediately evaporate. If you put them in water, they dissolve.
Hilarious, we refer to foreigners as lambs because we make fabric out of your hair.
That makes
Now
sense.
you know the truth. A horrible secret. I'm for lore.
Can you elaborate a little more?
That is the tagline for this entire goddamn game.
Ah, Etronac.
What is that from something, or is that just a weird name? Is it something from the Bible?
Appears to be a mistranslation of Edamananki, the name of a ziggurat dedicated to Marduk in the city of Babylon of the 6th century BCE.
Okay.
Of note,
For a brief shining moment, I looked at this and hoped. My brain assumed this would be what is a man. Missed
unfortunate.
opportunity.
Of note,
Oh wait, I actually
Karin,
selected the same thing twice.
Karin Ramses in Japanese is
Oh wait, no,
Carlin Ramesses.
this is still new information. Alright, it just had the same lead in.
Carlin Ramesses.
Ah, the slave bureaucracy.
Yeah, Carlin Ramses.
Hey.
Carl from space.
Carl from space.
Space Carl.
Carl von Spaceheim.
The stuff.
Oh man. Sigurd was pumped full of drive.
She had the good stuff, Faye.
She has access. The military grade stuff. Kept it to herself. You had to spend 4 days in Dino Forest completely sober.
When she just had it the whole time. I mean, Doc was good. He has his own, but you, Faye, you had to stay.
Doc brews his own.
Oh, yeah. Doc grows his own. If you want to get a test, just ask him about his Emerald Dragon Chaos strain.
I'm looking that up.
Which of these is Town Hall? Alternatively, I can just head up to the bridge.
There
It
is
is
not
Sailor Mart.
an Emerald Chaos Dragon strain, unfortunately.
Yet.
Yet.
That there's an Emerald OG.
Doc is working on it.
Yeah, he'll get to it.
Mhm.
Okay, so we're in a war, but that war only exists so that we can declare war on space.
That war is a proxy for the as-yet undeclared space war.
Oh, and that's separate from the war that the country we're at war with is at war with. We're probably going to have to handle that as well.
All of that is in turn the superficial outer layer for some manner of primeval spiritual conflict. We're renting the town hall. Having a meeting. By that do they mean this studio, the only building in town that is labeled by a sign?
Perhaps.
No, there is just art here. It is an actual studio. Glad they explained where this table came from.
I'm extremely grateful for the table. Give that man a raise. We don't pay him. Do it anyway.
It's time for shakes. The battleship Gefeinsel? Gefeinsel?
Hmm. Sounds like something that's been breaded and fried.
At the time of this recording, a festive season is drawing near. Like one of the regular kinds of fest, the kind that briefly create a window of opportunity for people to purchase fireworks.
Right.
So expect increased volumes of tiny recreational explosive noise.
Yeah, makes sense.
Nice.
Tiny explosives.
So in order to defeat the enemy, you have to prioritize by fighting everyone, everywhere, at the same time.
Yeah, that's just the most effective way to do it. In our giant war press, in our $700 war press, you have to press every single parts of it at the same time, or you're just not going to get the good juicing of all the soldiers.
That valuable strategic juice.
Wait,
Yeah.
what is this plan for again? I thought we were trying to take back the castle.
We have to take back the capital, and to do that we have to distract the army by attacking the other army that's already at the border.
Yeah, and attacking all of the other army.
Because there's the large
Oh.
army at the capital, the large army at the border, and the small army at the border. So we distract the capital guarding army by attacking the small border army so that they move in to reinforce it. Then we go attack the rest of the army anyway, and then we attack the capital.
And thank God that we don't have to spend another half hour of Faye trying to figure out whether or not he's going to participate in this battle.
Honestly, he probably should. Like, maybe you shouldn't, Faye?
Just on the entirely different grounds of, wait a minute, this sounds like a terrible plan.
This plan is really bad.
Yes, also, we dragged the neutrals into it.
And there's the first shot.
Fireworks neighbor, welcome to the team.
Yeah, I lost my eye in the war. Bottle rocket. Stopped an inch from my brain. Is Margie really, like, teasing him before he goes off to war? Hey, y'all nervous about your big coup? You gonna take down the double king? You're gonna be the king? You the big boy now?
Gonna go claim your throne, nerd? Throne nerd?
Think you're gonna be able to handle it, big boy?
What you gonna do as a king? You gonna collect some taxes, pass some laws?
Maybe I'll annex Nissan.
Arrange a loveless political marriage, huh, you nerd?
Enact different kinds of primogeniture? Huh? What you gonna do? How do you feel about Gavelkind there, huh, bud? Maybe assassinate a cousin?
Hey, you gonna open parliament?
Do we have supplies and such? Have we shopped?
Want to converse to a constitutional monarchy?
I like this idea. They, as young people who already know each other as family, instead taunt each other with formality. Yeah, you have a good time out there, your majesty. Shut up, your holiness.
Yeah.
Shut the fuck up. I told you not to call me that ever.
Get out of my house, sacred all-mother.
My name is Barty, okay?
Aristocracy.
Yep.
Hold on, are we the baddies, Doc?
Yes, we are.
We're preventing a secular civilian government from overthrowing a decadent inbred monarchy theocracy hybrid in order to declare war on space.
Yeah, we might be the baddies. You'd think that the skulls on your hats would point that out, you know?
Maybe the spacemen are right. Maybe we shouldn't be in control. Look what we do. Awful things.
Faye, you don't know if your dad's still alive.
Could be alive or dead, or one of several
Both.
different masked, mysterious kung fu masters.
There's a plethora
Or
of
judging
master
from one of
agents,
the flashbacks, maybe your dad's an Esper.
perhaps.
Perhaps he is all of these things. Your Trinity dad.
Oh, is this a railgun?
Just a ship-long spinal launch catapult for one robot at a time.
You know, it's like a it's an electromagnetic launch system. Lets them.
Oh wait, we have
fly
control
faster.
of just Doc. It's just Doc now. Welcome to Doc Adventures.
Oh my. Okay.
Here we go. It's time to know everything that's going on. Finally out of the weird experimental prologue where we're someone else other than Doc.
40 hours in, that's when the main character appears.
9 days later, the true Xenogear.
Shots off the port bow.
They're slowly moving up the scale, working their way through a set.
They've started working on automatic weapons.
Fireworks Neighbor should remain a consistent feature for a really vaguely undetermined amount of time. Depends on how well they've decided to stock up during the opportunity.
Yeah.
There is no guarantee that they will expend all of their fireworks before or during the festival day. It could have a reserve that remains for some time. Now, for reference, folks, the festival in question, Victoria Day.
Ah.
It is one of those sliding holidays that's defined as, it's like the Monday nearest the 24th? And it is used then as a semi-fixed celebration of, per the name, it started with the Empress Victoria, and then is used as a general purpose festival to mark the ceremonial birthday of the monarch. For festival purposes. That's the excuse. It doesn't necessarily have to correspond with any actual occurrence. It is a festival that occurs within 2 weeks of the window of opportunity to buy fireworks opening. It is a long weekend in the late spring / early summer. The proportions of that moon keep changing. Very slightly distorting one way or the other.
Also, it seems like there's just a constant blood moon going on.
Yeah, it's that year.
They just have a very iron-rich moon.
Boy, that guy's real cool looking.
Slowly assembling a more complete picture of that incident.
That incident.
26 years ago.
That moon. That guy.
That robot.
That amount of distortion on the perspective of the moon.
That dude did not need the robot. He did just take out 3 gears on foot, I guess.
I'm glad Franz is getting attention and screen time. Getting lines that are part of progression.
Which character?
The game is making sure that you do not transact it
Franz,
without
yeah.
seeing Franz.
Whenever he's not on screen.
Sand whales.
Sand whale.
The moment they started describing this situation where there's a series of different objectives that needed to be struck and required dividing the attention of the team, the question arose internally, which of these will we actually play through and which of these will occur off camera? We may be approaching the surprising answer of none, all.
Now, why would you think that?
It's these guys.
Oh, hey! It's Rank. And Broyer.
Buddy Vance.
Nice. Insubordination.
New machine with capabilities meant for those with hidden potential. Alright, never mind. We now join Faye in field, in robot.
Yep.
With there's more of these bug robots out here. Alright, now robot can achieve attack level 2.
Okay, so the robot mechanics are kind of tough to figure out, but it sounds like you've gotten them.
Man, I am super into the Titanic bug that infests robots.
Yup.
Not sure if we have a 3-hit robot combo yet,
No, I
but
don't
we can buffer
know.
2 action points.
Yeah, you need to... What gets your attack level up again?
Just declining to combo.
Right, yeah.
Any turn where I attack but don't combo, I store a point of what is this?
I can only wait.
Yeah,
Whatever it is, I
I'm
love
pretty
it.
far behind.
It's
Oh
called
my
an
goodness.
Edelweiss.
Edelweiss? Why?
Worm giraffe.
Well, it is flowery, so I guess that makes sense. Should really remember how to use Veltal's guns, because it does have them, but only Doc knows how to use them.
No, Faye cannot use them. He is a punch man. They will not unlock for him.
I mean, Doc is also a punch man. We just can't
Doc
use our
is
guns
just-
because
Doc is just smarter.
that's fair.
Faye doesn't know what a gun is.
A mere lamb cannot comprehend the gun.
I like how these pirate guys aren't helping you at all, even though you've seen them
Yeah,
in
they're
combat
just
before.
around in the map.
Any of you guys want to maybe, I don't know, punch a bug? Can you help me out if you punch this bug?
elite team of soldiers on a covert mission where we just sort of aimlessly wander around punching local megafauna.
Enemy designs are just, in general, weird as hell in this game, and interesting. And they all undulate in odd ways, because this was that era where they had to do that.
You can just make stuff wiggle. Megafauna, megaflora. Everything in between.
I don't really remember what the fang and stuff are used for, but you might be able to sell them. They
Yeah,
might be
that
worth
sounds
money.
like it's vendor trash.
Yeah, monster bits are vendor trash. As
Animal
we,
bits.
remember, we found a bunch of eyeballs in a well, and we sold
Yeah, I do
those.
remember that. This seems like the first time where you can really actually run out of fuel, maybe.
Or otherwise get worn down.
Yeah. Oh, I saw a chest there in the corner.
There we go, there's my level 2 move.
Yep, and that cost 80 fuel to do.
Feels like they made the encounter density this high to make up for how much time you spend not dungeoning.
Mm-hmm. This game has dungeons for sure. Yeah, absolutely. But they're in between the plot sandwiches.
Can't trust you.
Ignore.
A snapper quip.
Welt. The Welt 3000.
Nice meeting you, shop robot.
I actually wonder, are they? Yeah, the G means something.
Gear or giant. Grand. You know, great
Gorgeous.
whips.
Gigantic.
Gigantor.
Ginormous.
Jebs.
Genes. They spell with a G in this fucked up, crazy world.
Hey, that's not a bad little camera zoom transition into the cockpit.
Had a lot of interesting virtual camera work.
Yeah. Some of it's questionable. Some of it's kind of disorienting because of the low resolution of the, sprites and such.
Ah, Wand Knight. Powerful magical wands.
Yeah, these guys aren't any more impressive than they were last time.
Just look at their wands, though.
We didn't even have moves last time, and we still beat the crap out of them.
Mm-hmm. No match for that powerful forbidden technique of boot to the head.
That is a great move, though.
It's a good move.
Oh, that's right. Beam is an element. It's a type of damage that you see, and
Yeah.
there are things that guard against it.
Lasers.
There's like laser, there's ether, there's the elements, there's... Can't remember if there are any other types of damage in this game.
Pure magic. And pure laser.
Also, let's hold on. Let's review here. Does Faye have any?
Healing?
He has defense restore, and that's it.
Yeah. Good.
I imagine that just was sent out from the truck that was passing by.
Yeah.
Maybe.
Hell yeah. Oh boy! Just launching these fireworks right at the sky from the back of my pickup.
Say that, and immediately I would believe that it could occur here.
Yeah.
Whatever these are, I have none of them.
Kind of ridiculous the amount of attacks they're getting, but still. Oh
Can't
yeah,
you kick in the
sometimes-
booster?
You could, yeah. Okay, these guys seem a bit tougher than last time.
I could also consider starting by beating up someone other than Shieldman, Tankbot. On the other hand, if I remove him, the rest of the fight should fold quickly. Maybe.
Yeah, that boost seems pretty effective, actually.
Ah, nice. If your combo doesn't get a chance to finish, you keep the action points.
conservation of boot to the head. So you're at about half fuel now.
Dodge angles. In space.
Space Dutch angles.
Yeah,
course.
this isn't her name Dutch? Her numbers are big.
Powerful numbers. At a terrible cost.
Secret numbers. Larger than other numbers.
Your secret potential.
No, Vance, winners don't use drugs.
Remember, kids, when in the heat of battle, only use combat drugs in moderation.
She has a move.
Arrowheads. It's an acronym, but you didn't present it. You just said the word that is the acronym. You forgot to pronounce the implicit punctuation dividing the letters. Yeah, this is straight out of Gundam.
Mm-hmm.
You're looking at the real thing. She has the move. It is our divine purpose to subjugate all peoples of the world, I scream as clouds of tiny hearts explode from my fists.
Makes sense.
Yeah, I forgot about the particle effects, but they're pretty great.
Die and rot in obscurity here.
Jeez.
Starting to run down the fuel supply.
Yeah.
And I have no way of even supposing if my damage is keeping pace.
You may have burned yourself out.
And I don't have recovery options here.
Well, you do, it's just that you're gonna die in like 3 turns, which only gets you so far. So you just need to do as much damage as possible.
Well, no, I have recovery options for fuel, but not health. I have no way to heal this robot in motion.
Right.
Either this boot to the head finishes her.
Oh shit, now she's just spamming air rods.
Well, the other possibility is that I'm not... You win this fight by lasting until you're in minimal health. Would make sense. Ah, you too have Berserker mode. We have much to discuss.
When you go into Berserker mode, do you remember anything? Because I don't.
Have any strange masked men stood atop high pillars and told you to kill God?
Is your father a Master Asia?
I expect the rest of the unit is standing just off camera watching this discussion. Well, did I paint you at a cathedral 5 years ago?
Yeah, just
8
like-
years ago.
22 years ago.
10,000 years ago.
the last time there was an incident.
Yesterday. Yesterday was our last incident.
The incident tomorrow.
The incident 5 years ago, in the distant future.
Yep, sorry, gotta continue being a bad guy. See ya.
Well, that was a hell of a moment. Hey, Shopbot, how you doing?
Yeah.
Got me off, buddy?
This whole sequence, the invasion sequence is a thing. It's pretty.
Silly.
I
The word you're
remember
looking
some
for is
stuff from
silly.
this. Yes. Oh, absolutely. That is a constant. This game is constantly silly. Especially, like 20 years after it was released.
That incident 20 years ago.
The release of Xenogears
That
for the
release day.
PlayStation 1.
Which will continue in a moment. Brief intermission.
Brief break, everybody.
How long exactly? Okay. I'll be back.
I consumed an insane amount of linguine, so I'm a-okay as far as food goes. How you doing, everybody? Feeling all right? Having a good time with robots? I sure hope you are. Hey, what's up, Duck? It has been pretty warm. after that jet stream finally chilled out and let a little bit of warm air in, it kind of got a little bit too overzealous. Yesterday was 95 degrees Fahrenheit in May. Like, not even late May. I'm talking like middle of May. Yes, that's what happens when you got your ice caps melting and all that. Things are just getting warm. For reference, I'm on the eastern United States, on the northern parts of it. Talking more about, like, Massachusetts. Really, it should not be that warm during the spring. I'm a low 80s kind of guy. So today actually was quite nice. It averaged around that point. It's going to cool off again. And that was my weather talk for this evening. Unfortunately, I don't have any more bread to talk about. I've not made another loaf since that last one. Actually, I'm using that last one as breadcrumbs for a stuffing.
Since that incident 7
Yeah.
days ago.
What I'm going to be doing tomorrow is I'm going to start to marinate some chicken in buttermilk so I can turn it into fried chicken. Pan-fried chicken. That's my plan. And whatever the case, I hope all y'all in the chat there are having a good time. And anyone who happens to be watching this after the fact. But back to robots. Medusoids, huh?
Mm-hmm.
Named after the Medusa jellyfish. I believe those are the ones that are actually biologically immortal. Unless, no, hold on. Medusa is a stage of jellyfish. That's right. I think I'm thinking of the Hydra, which is another named after version. Yeah, the Medusa is the umbrella-shaped polyp form of jellyfish.
It is immediately unclear which direction I must be moving to proceed. After I've rubbed myself against this doorway here, and that doesn't do anything right now. Do I just keep climbing the mountain? But I've avoided going that way in the first place. Am I somewhere different? This a different mountain? From that incident? 12 minutes ago?
Possibly. I have no idea.
Faye told the other robots to move on without him while he distracted the Jebs just now.
Yeah, that makes sense.
They can defeat like 40 jibs single-handed.
Yeah,
Good for that.
but he's pretty good at this whole robot thing.
Just to figure out how to apply that to art. Some giant robot-sized paintbrushes. Meanwhile,
Just take a quick peek on old house over here, just washing dishes from his bar, and then we just cut back.
alright, time to heist the castle again. Can finish learning Bard's moves. Unless something completely different happens.
Ah, I see the plan has unraveled.
The plan to divide our attention against a numerically superior foe who could just decide to be everywhere in force.
How did they know? Well, on your own. You sandworm.
The butler. With a gun.
Yes. Excellent. Everybody get into the hover crab.
And scene.
The move.
Okay. All right.
Man, I remember the hover crab, but I don't remember all the comedy.
Okay, so the second attempt to storm the castle didn't go that well. What's our next plan?
Plan C.
Yeah, I think a strong metric to plot out for the story as it has occurred here is the amount of time between derails. How long does any one plot thread remain in motion before being, kicked 180 degrees?
Not long. Not long at all. This game cannot decide what it wants to do at any point.
Indecisive. One-word review.
Shikana's just, I can't believe I can't kill these guys. This is ridiculous. So, where's Faye? Still in the
Faye is
desert,
still
right?
out on the border doing the diversionary attack on the Navy.
That's kind of a problem.
Navy led by Invincible Super Battleship,
Also, Plus Man.
plus Man Gunhammer.
Yep. It's time. Oh no, he's calling an audible. Against our 3 guys.
And they are cramming a bunch of nautical history references into this guy.
Oh yeah?
And yeah, given the context, I would entirely think it's deliberate. So, he mentioned they're loading the main gun with Type 3 ammunition. That coincidentally, coincidentally, I think this is being a deliberate shout-out. The Imperial Japanese Navy had a plan for an anti-aircraft shell for giant fuck-off cannons that are normally only aimed at other boats.
Ah.
Just like a 16-inch flak shell. So that you could just have every gun on the boat try to throw lead at planes.
Nice.
Was the Type 3 cannon shell. The flak variant for any given caliber. Or perhaps in particular for super heavy caliber. Just take those guns that are the size of train cars and load them with birdshot.
Ah. Boat shotgun, yeah.
They also mentioned the use of aerial mines as an anti-aircraft weapon. That was an idea the British experimented with that did not work properly at all. It was just terribly... The idea being, like, you take a rocket containing a parachute, a chain, and a bomb. You launch it up, it sets off, and then just is a mine slowly drifting towards the ground on a parachute. Which then, if a plane rammed into the chain, it would catch the bomb and slam it into the body of the aircraft.
Sure. That sounds extremely situational, though.
That is extremely situational of... That's like literally the technology you use to catch boats.
Yeah.
But there's 3 dimensions now. It never lines up right. If you can put a rocket high enough that the plane will actually slam into it.
That is wonderful. They just didn't... Well, I guess they did think it through, but they just did not realize.
Such technologies would occasionally catch a plane, but not to the degree of reliability of just more guns. Or other planes. The best way to stop planes is with planes.
So, you ready to storm the flagship?
Minigame?
I don't remember what I'd call this, but it's a thing.
Some kind of semi-action segment. Which also incidentally ties into like a broader anime thing of, for the most part, robots in like more military drama leaning media serve as an allegory for combat aircraft. They're the fancy new technology that's disrupting the old guard and is operated by, you know, your hotshot ace pilots who the best of them kill like hundreds to one.
Yeah, and they're 12 years old. But yeah, never thought about it like that.
There are distinctly 2 different mecha genres. The Super Robot Wars, the game series that is just a big ol' crossover between all robot shows, actually distinctly meets these two genres, by giving them 2 different stat archetypes.
Does it work?
And some of them, yeah.
Like all of the talk that people were giving, like the characters here in the story, about this fight, where they're like, yeah, Vanderkam, he's stubborn and committed to old technologies that are useless now, like boat covered in guns. Immediately makes sense if you take that robot and this thing, yes, this strange dog bot. If you just remember, robot means plane, and then there you go. He's the guy who keeps insisting aircraft carriers are a fad that's gonna fade out any day now because the battleship is the real queen of the sea.
Yeah, like they want to give him an airship, and why would I want that?
Get out of my office.
we have our air mines that hover over the ground. that
No,
do the-
trust me, this new
that-
model
no.
of ship will have the speed of a cruiser, but the firepower of a battleship. It's the perfect weapon. It will work this
Restricted to
time.
sand. Yes, but it's really fast.
It won't need armor because it will kill the enemy first.
Look, just hear me out on this. It's just a gun. It's just a giant cannon. There's no quarters, there's no, it's just a cannon. And it will be piloted by one man, who is me.
Just me and the largest possible gun. That's the name now.
Maximum gun. That's Maximum Vanderkamp.
Ideally, we will someday achieve the necessary technology to remove me from the equation and have only gun.
Any
I will
idea how
become
you're actually
gun.
supposed to pronounce his name? Since it's German, I just don't know pronunciation.
Are you sure we need to be able to move weapons at all? What if we just had an even bigger gun?
More gun. When is that not the solution?
A sufficiently large gun could just hit any target from anywhere.
So you're taking this assault a bit more in stride. Also, what are these will-o-wisps dancing around? God, this looks like a thing from Metal Gear.
I think the orbs are supposed to be the anti-aircraft fire. They seem to be projecting from
Oh.
things. See here. Have I found any gear things that I could put to use here? I can at least throw on some slightly larger armor plates. Or, beam coating.
Yep, you can protect that.
Trade some raw defense for half beam damage. That sounds like it'll be worthwhile.
Yeah, you kind of called it really early. I remembered now. This whole thing is just him fucking up his own defense.
He insists he has a move he's going to do.
Yeah, and he does not even.
I only need one shot. Just steer them into the super cannon.
with vastly superior firepower and numbers.
I can take out every one of these bees if I just get them under the hydraulic press. It's the perfect strategy. wait, I got to keep my action. Oh, then apply the full surface. Dwell a moment on this camera angle where Weltel's knee has disintegrated. This void leg that isn't attached to itself.
Yeah. Well, they took a shot.
Alright, time to fight the gun.
The final boss. A gun.
Got 790 fuel on hand. Targets are large gun, and small gun. I have no idea how hard large cannon will try to hit me. Split the difference. Yeah, he's counting down to the big move.
Yeah.
Although, actually, yeah, the small cannons are doing negligible damage. I have far more armor than necessary.
I think you can ignore them unless they have some other move.
Yeah, unless they have special ammo or something.
Bird. They have bird shot as well. Why not? Small gun.
Nice! So I wonder if I should have the booster on. If my fuel economy would hold out.
You would waste 30 fuel per turn.
But I'd get more turns. Although, yeah, since gun is about to fire, I should spend this round guarding if I get a final turn.
Can you even guard?
And the robot guard. I have charge. Not have a guard in the robot.
Well, then you're gonna have to take it on the chin regardless. So let's see it then. Let's see the gun. Let's see the
Tell me
big
what you
gun.
got. Manageable. Also, a cannonball.
I love this dumb idiot. And his worthless guns. Well, you did it. You beat the big gun.
But
Way
he
to
still
go.
has that. Yes, he has that.
He sure has a thing. He's gonna use it.
I'm expecting to hear in a couple of scenes that we were in fact tricked into disposing of this inconvenient man and his garbage boats.
Wouldn't be that surprising.
This was the old reverse double ruse.
We're just gonna have to turn it on them and make this a triple ruse.
Oh no, we never saw this coming. Screw it. I hate this ship. I don't want it anymore.
It's time for that.
This ship is dumb. Everything on it is dumb. Now this is where it's at.
There, now we have minions. Got a couple of buddies now.
Gee, I wonder why.
What can they have no special moves. They just punch, that's it. They're just punch bots, kick bots. They do no damage with their heavy attacks. Are there extra targets here? No, it's just one big harmonious machine. How do you feel about beams?
Hmm.
38. Is this a fight I'm supposed to lose? He has gripped our friend. Alright, so we have these ads, but they exist to be used against us. We have the opposite friends. Liabilities.
You have anti-friend.
Okay, now what?
That's a good question.
Okay,
Now.
there was armor to break off of it. Alright, maybe the team can handle this on their own now. They will just take a nap.
These robots. Pretty good at kicking, all told.
Oh shit, that was a ton of damage though. These guys, can they boost? Because they don't have time.
No, they have no other moves at all. They have charge and punch.
He is dead forever. God, that is just his default attack. It's just 600 damage.
That is, in fact, a fight you are intended to win.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
Hmm.
I remember winning this.
But how? Also, which of these save points? I guess this one? How much cutscene do I have to rewatch to attempt this fight again?
I mean, there's the frame limiter. It was practically made for things like this. Yeah, you just have to not fight as much. You have to find a way through.
I guess it really is kind of the plan because there's no way to heal up.
Oh my god, why are we on different characters now? I didn't even save as Faye. It's really funny to me.
It was like a turn I spent not punching the main cannon.
Yeah, you could probably rush that thing down.
Will probably come down to, yeah, primarily avoiding more fights during the run-up. And once I reach the boss fight, it's definitely kicking in the booster. Yule was not the problem. That this is some manner of pseudo-action sequence where you don't actually have any degree of maneuverability. That's the problem.
Yep. I give them credit for trying. Yeah, I never said avoiding the fights would be easy.
Also, I don't think anything here did beam damage.
Yeah, I don't think so.
So if I just throw on a couple of armor plate 2s, stack raw physical defense.
Hey, you got a circuit. What does that do? I like how there's an option to get off the gear right now. That's some nice maneuvering there.
It means I approach the flagship with larger numbers.
That's a powerful technique.
Yep.
Alright, so I've gotten the first kick away at the 4 count. Alright, yeah, we're good. Boost is a substantial improvement to speed.
Excellent.
Always turbo.
I
Turbo.
mean, not really, because you will die, but yeah.
Always turbo.
Always turbo.
Always.
Just go fast.
Yeah, if you plan to that, you definitely want to plan your strategy around getting more turns.
The action economy is, as always, the most powerful thing in literally every single game.
If they keep insisting on not giving me ways to recover or teammates, then yeah, that's just going to be what every fight devolves into.
I'm pretty certain it's not like that the whole
Just
game.
berserker fights.
But regardless, it's been this way for a while so far.
Oh yeah, absolutely. I know. It's like they should have rounded out those mechanics earlier on.
He still has that.
You want that.
I'll have to use that.
That.
5 years ago.
$100 ago. And also tomorrow.
20 years ago today.
Ever since the incident. 20 years ago.
6 minutes ago.
5 compact discs ago.
I didn't catch the claw shot last time. That's so goofy looking.
He gets an
I'm
intro.
gonna pinch
Or
you.
that.
I'm gonna pinch you. I don't have to get close to you either.
So this time Faye's walking in there with 2,000 health instead of 500.
800.
Instead of 12.
Yeah, until the day when we finally are able to heal gears, these are all going to be endurance matches, or just budgeting. Unfortunately, he still has that move where he hits you with your friends.
It's fine. The booster is my friend.
That's true. The only friend is more of you.
Be fast and you'll never be alone.
That's true. And people can't get away from you.
Alright, there we go. Armor is broken. Now the true battle begins.
Alright. I was gonna say, when's he gonna use that cannon? I feel like that's a thing he should do. He kind of likes those things.
It's arm day.
Running really low on fuel.
Fine.
We're good.
The only point of fuel that matters is the last.
It's true.
You can't not poke the shell. It's all shell. It's shell
Yeah,
bot.
There's only one thing. Right? There's not multiple targets. Oh god, this better do it. Good.
That is an absurd amount of experience.
Well, this is a big boss.
Man, the experience scaling in this game really is basically, all right, next time you go fight a new boss, it'll basically double your experience.
Mm-hmm.
That's number one.
This game has it.
Number one.
Actually, it doesn't. That was a joke.
At the very least, that totally discourages any form of grinding. It seems to me that's
for the
never
most
necessary.
part, yeah.
Yeah.
You're not wrong. We can finally say goodbye to Plus Man.
How many levels do you think this will be worth?
0.3. Or 30. I don't know.
Setting at 27.
Who doesn't just love them some Numberland?
One level.
I was close. 0.3 was pretty close. And time. Do you want the power?
More scenes must end, begin, or otherwise be, at any point, interrupted by Graf descending from the heavens, just slamming into the situation. Does someone seek power?
Yup.
I heard power was sought in this vicinity. Are you ready for power?
So
Do you want it?
I was real sad when you lost to the Vandicom, because this is right after it.
Someone's looking for power. I got
Someone in
something
this
for you,
room seeks power.
And it's just this guy's entire point is to insert himself into situations and fuck shit up for you.
bud. Do you want the power? You know. The power.
Or all the power.
I want all the power. The big cannon? The biggest cannon?
A power larger than gun?
The most powerful form of all. Bigger gun.
The fist! Nature's gun!
What is a gun but an assisted mechanism with which you throw things? And all things go back to the fist, the most powerful of all throwing utensils.
Also, he has the God Hand.
Good that we have this moment to appreciate that Franz has to stand on his chair. Franz is very tiny.
Tiny river dolphin kind of guy. I had to have those river dolphin genetics that make it so that he could actually turn his head left and right.
Yeah, there was someone on this crew who either already knew or was ready to look up things about boats, because that's a further boat warfare thing.
Yeah, there's a lot
For
of...
quite some time. Fundamentally, every boat has a sonar blind spot directly behind them, because that's where your engine is, and it's very loud. If you are moving, you cannot hear anything behind you except yourself. So it is a very, powerful part of submarine and anti-submarine tactics to get into that death spot where no one will see you coming. Except, this is a boat fight occurring in sand rather than water, so...
Yeah, it's kind of extremely silly to expect to be able to get anything from sonar in, solid.
I'm left to increasingly baffle at why they couldn't just have an ocean here.
Yeah.
Why not just have boat fights occur on water? Why is it sand boats?
Why Why is it all desert? Why is there so much desert? Like, with the exception of the occasional parts of high technology, which is like the sand boats, the robots, and the land crab, the level of technology is not very high here, and there's not that many people. Why is it so desertified?
They've chosen the most vacant, desolate setting.
Because it's easy to draw.
Much easier to render sand. An old friend. I last saw before the incident. 40 years ago.
The incident, the 8th incident, you know, the one a long time ago.
37 incidents ago.
There were a lot of incidents between this incident and the latest one, which was like a week ago.
It was 20 days since our last incident. 400 months ago.
That guy's walk cycle was real fast.
I'm not a traitor, I'm a spy, get it right.
Sig has got him eye at the mo.
However, meanwhile, as we exit that layer of the stack of events that is occurring,
Hey, they made up for all the not stuff that was happening. These things were things, as opposed to the things that weren't things.
he has unlocked the power.
Man, these have been a lot of cutscenes.
Xenogears.
Jeez. It has been like 15 straight minutes since Numberwang.
Does someone seek power?
No, seriously, the whole fucking game is like this. So much cutscene.
I don't need drugs to achieve invincible berserker state.
I'm a
Mine is an
berserker by
all-natural, uncontrollable murder high. The real berserker form is inside you.
I just love killing.
nature. Oh, here I go murdering again.
The robot is operating the giant ship's wheel. The robot-sized wheel
I
to steer
forgot
the ship.
this
Makes sense.
dumb fucking thing.
Giant robot operating big giant robot-sized ship wheel on the desert and not in the ocean.
They're using noise to keep track of this enemy boat that is also on the surface of the sand. And judging from moments ago in the cutscene, within line of sight of them, they can just look at it.
Yeah. Also,
Do you have radar, Mr. Spaceman?
they're gigantic boats on the sand. They should be kicking up sand like crazy
Outlandish
in a way
quantities
that
of
should be
dust.
visible. Like in a way that should be visible from
There's mention of radar.
many, many miles away.
That's a thing.
You guys have kind of fucked up. You've unleashed the berserker. The thing you weren't supposed to do.
You went and put someone in a position where they seek power. The object of the game was not to seek the power.
Whoops! I sought power. Fuck! Now I gotta start over.
Spin the wheel for my treasure to take. Watch the power rattle and shake.
Demon of Elru.
Yang just kind of just laughs sometimes awkwardly and arbitrarily.
Just, we're having a great day here.
I see Berserker Mode mech has wings. 6 of them.
Are you strong?
We're seeking good time.
That robot has a katana.
Yep. There's his gear.
Sword bot. And secretary adjutant robot. Now, is that heralding the start of a fight or the start of a phase of a cutscene that has to use the fight engine for the higher poly models?
Let's find out.
The latter.
Ah,
Uh,
if I just tear your arm off, there's nothing you can do about it.
It keeps happening.
yeah. No.
42 years ago, all over again.
Ah, it's happening again.
What do you think you're doing? I still got this. I'm fine. I have a plan. I can take him.
I can still do it. I got it.
Carl, you gotta chill out.
Alright, now we get to fight as Bart against the Berserker.
This has to be an unwinnable boss fight.
Yeah.
Or
You're-
is it?
We
I
literally
can hit him with the
just-
debuff.
Okay, nice. But we literally just watched him cutscene take an arm off of what looked like a powerful robot himself.
Now we must kill Bart.
I can totally take this mystery machine.
Oh wait, no, we're playing. No, we're Bart. Forgot. Wasn't sure who we were gonna play as, to be honest.
That's number one.
Yeah, okay. Yep, okay, yeah. His normal attacks did all
No.
mines. Followed up with my final powerful move, Oni God, I guess. It's a good name for a robot's super move.
Now just imagine in the middle of them building up to this scene, suddenly from the ceiling, does someone seek power?
So I thought I heard someone seeking power over here.
Just lower in ex machina in the classical sense of that is the phrase used because they are lowered on pulleys onto the stage from above. And he's seeing the moment someone is put into a bad position to slide in from off frame. Huh?
He knows when people are cornered.
Raph, the seeker of seekers of power. Plus, after 20,000 damage, Bart's fine. Don't worry about it.
The power.
Oh, goodbye, boat. Close off all the independent compartments so we can continue to float in the sand.
Yeah, we don't want to sink. So what did we accomplish? Nothing.
We accomplished the
Literally
worst day.
Actually, we set ourselves back quite a bit because
Yep.
kind of killed our army and our warship.
We kind of immediately completely destroyed the faction we aligned with. Gotta
You know,
find a
we
new
gotta-
goal. We're
we
right
gotta
back to
s-
wandering swordsman territory.
We really, really gotta stop including Faye on these plans because, like,
Yup.
they have consistently worked against us because of Berserker mode.
That or we need to start making plans around Berserker mode.
Okay, a bunch of people need to sacrifice themselves and get killed in a, desperate and near meaningless way. So Faye gets really, really angry.
Oh, it looks like somebody sought the power.
Ugh.
Never seek the power, kids. It's no good. Mid cutscene save point. During which apparently Bart is still in the party? Hmm. Intriguing.
Continue the game? No. Stop now.
Meanwhile, at the Kaiser's pipe organ.
Is this the? Yeah, it is actually.
Kaiser Sigmund,
Yep.
who has elf ears. And another team identifies the mystery bits.
Yep.
Also love this 2-frame playing an organ animation. Just
Yeah, I'm doing that right now. It's real good music.
How many more soldiers will pile into this room to exposit things to the Kaiser? How many hours before we get at that treasure? Sir, the sky orb has arrived. Yes, they're unloading now.
Oh, the orb's in town? Oh, my favorite. Love the orb.
Right on schedule. Let's see. Manifest one orb from above containing them. Very good. Masked woman. Hmm. They are forbidden to interfere, except for all the ways they interfere.
Ah, now we see the render of the shape.
I like it.
Yeah, it looks good.
Pretty good scene. Like the good kind of ambitious use of technology.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, this game does a good amount of that. Like when they had the thing with Ellie running away from the camera, that was really cool.
There's a lot of creative camera work in cinematography and presentation.
Some of it's also just comes off as kind of disorienting.
It just didn't finish a lot of the interactive portion of the interactive media.
Oh God, you. Oh.
Your peaceful childhood. Your mysterious past. Time when you sought no power, only ball.
Speaking of framing devices, doth thou desire the ball? Do you want to play ball?
Young Fei accidentally kicks the ball up onto the roof, and young Graf appears behind him, offering the power of a ladder.
I'll give you the ball back, but only if you let me imbue you with incredible amounts of power.
Been unconscious for 4 days, upright.
Whatever you do, don't try to sit down. You have to remain standing. So yeah, if it wasn't already clear, you somehow ended up all the way over in the other country. You're at war.
Yeah, they swept through the aftermath of Berserker mode and collected things.
Yeah, I mean, you kept...
Everyone died in the Berserker incident.
Pretty much. Everyone's dead. Oh no. Cyberpunks.
He's come here as a crim.
He's a cram.
Time for the prison gang management minigame.
Yup. Yeah, I hope you like this new plot thread.
Revolutionary War being derailed in favor of prison adventures, which will surely derail her circus career, which will derail into...
Killing God.
which will then itself derail into dance contest.
Eventually, it'll get to that point.
Yeah, there'll be an agriculture subplot where we have to try and breed the ultimate cow bear.
Oh, you mean cowbat racing? Yeah, that's really fun.
Okay, if you take as a given that Ganondorf is here, of course he would be king of the prison.
Yeah, hi. It's this guy.
Champ. Ganondorf's the champ.
I think I'd take as a clear mark of, like, the incompleteness of this game that we've encountered, like, at least a solid half-dozen people who would be collected as party members in any other JRPG. Like, we'd meet Big Joe at the bar in Desert Town and have to convince him to come along with us to go on a dig or something, and what have you.
Rico.
A bunch of close encounters with gameplay mechanics that we then veer away from. Take him out to the safe point.
So, Kislev is very different.
Very gray.
Mm-hmm. Here, we've brought you to the ceremonial, dead-end alleyway.
Next time, Fei Fong Wong seeks the power to become king of the yard.
King of crime.
Of course.
You come in as a crim, you go out as a man. It is unclear what manner of accent any of this is supposed to have. We shall be as gangs.